All right, so I'm with Stephen Crane, one of our great clients here at the SLS Framework Mastermind. And Stephen joined us December 23rd. And today we're January 12th. And so that's less than 3 weeks, a day shy away from 3 weeks. And Stephen has generated about 30 appointments with ideal clients so far. For him, it's transitioning military and veterans, and has closed $36,000 in commissions, doing, helping transitioning military and veterans. So that's amazing. All right, in less than 3 weeks, honestly, I just want to hats off to Steven, financial planner and founder at the Veteran Roadmap program, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So, Stephen, please go ahead, introduce yourself. Your name, where you're from, and what it is exactly that you do, and how you help, transitioning military and veterans.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. So my name is Stephen Crane. I'm out of Dayton, Ohio, and I help veterans thrive in the civilian world by using my 12-month program that guarantees success. It's really a one-of-a-kind program that can guarantee you success along your way. But during that 12 months, we're covering anything from disability ratings, financial planning, we're covering insurance needs, business consulting, growing your own business, and just living the American dream that we all try to chase, right? So that's really what I do, and I've loved it ever since I started doing this.
And that's a big thing, from what you do, is you have that background and you have a very strong mission and vision to what you're trying to accomplish here. And you have yourself a background at being in the military, and you saw a flaw or a need in the market in helping transitioning military and veterans. And before joining the SLS framework, you knew that you had a great solution, and you knew you just had to get in front of your ideal clients. Now, can you tell us more about kind of your like roadmap, like your the program that you use to help those your ideal clients, and how this came about based on your background, and what kind of struggles you had kind of trying to get that value statement, that unique proposition with that roadmap, what kind of struggles you had, how it came about, and before joining the SLS framework.
Absolutely. So I will try to unpack all of this as nicely as possible. So several years ago, I got out of the Marine Corps, became a statistic, became a stereotypical homeless vet, lost everything, didn't have any purpose or vision forward or really nowhere to go. Anywhere I looked, people were trying to give me a resume and trying to get me a job. Great, but that's just one boo-boo you're trying to repair. That's one band-aid when there's 1,000 different things going on. And I was searching and searching and searching for different answers, different help. I was trying to find something like a roadmap that existed to help veterans meet them where they are, because every veteran's transition is different. So meet them where they are in their transition process, whether it's 6 months before, 6 months after, 6 years after. I want to meet them where they are and help them achieve whatever goal that they have. Because not every veteran wants to do a job. Not every veteran wants to go into nonprofit work. Some of us want to start our own business and be successful and help other people and give back. So there's nothing out there. Long story short, over the last couple of years, I've scraped and clawed my way back to civilization, gotten 4+ degrees, various certifications, 30+ licenses, and everything like that. I've done everything in my power to get to where I am today, to establish a program like this. And I had a great idea. It is still a great idea, but I was struggling trying to find my niche, my niche. I was trying to figure out where to go, who to look for, and how to message them in a way that captivated them to get me on a call, but that wasn't revealing all my secrets up front, and it was difficult. I struggled for about a solid year and a half of doing this over and over and over again. And I've spent well well over 30,000 on different programs, different coaches, trainers, consultants. I've done everything.
Yeah, and
And
and that's good. And basically, you were looking for a predictable process to accomplish your mission statement and define the ideal client niche and have a predictable way to generate virtual appointments with them. So you've invested a lot of money, you've did a lot of trial and error, and then you joined the SLS framework. And what happens then?
and then my life exploded, right? Then everything just started happening perfectly. So I joined, like you said, I joined on the 23rd, and ever since then I've been hitting the ground running. It's designed over 6 weeks, but I got it done in about 5 days. I put my head down, I grabbed a big cup of coffee, and I just did everything. I did all the homework, I watched all the lessons. Heck, I watched some of the lessons 2 or 3 times and I just implemented everything to a T. And I think that's the key. You have to just follow the paperwork, follow the homework, follow what's there. Even if it seems dumb, even if it's repetitive, there's a purpose behind it. And that's what the SLS framework does, is it gives you that clear roadmap to get qualified leads and appointments on your calendar consistently
Yeah,
without you really having to lift much of a finger. And
yeah.
that's what I needed.
And not only that, I mean, we do have a lot of people watching that are super busy, and they may hear something like, oh, 6 week program, modules to watch, worksheets to complete. But can you tell us more about, for example, the fact that even if you didn't have the time, you felt like you had a team behind you, you have the dedicated unlimited access to your dedicated success manager, Tiffany. I'm on there on the Q&A calls. Can you tell us more about the fact of not only put in amazing work because you wanted to crush it, but even let's say if you didn't have all the time, the coffee and the 5 days of grinding, how you could have even set it up in just as near of a time frame or a little bit more time.
Absolutely, because Tiffany and Bilal are just amazing. Uh, the whole team's amazing. If you have a question, you give them a call, you send them an email, you text them, you do whatever, and they respond. It's not just like a ghost that you're calling upon. They're there, they want to help, and they will go above and beyond to help you out. Me, I was very technologically unsavvy, let's say, and do the different programs, the different software and stuff behind the scenes that's used. All I had to do was say, Tiffany, I need help. And she said, no problem, what's your password? Boom. And it's done. It was done that day. And it was magical, because you would pay a consultant, you would pay someone else to do this hundreds of dollars, but it's part of the SLS framework
Yeah, you get
that
upsold.
guarantees
You get
success.
upsold every time you have a problem, right? And
Yep.
and yeah, that's the beauty as well. And I'm happy to hear that you wanted to put so much work and effort, and it paid off, man. Like 3 weeks, you crushed it. And tell us more about that win. We're talking about 30 appointments, man, with ideal clients in 3 weeks. Okay, where before you had barely any per month. And even if you did have the appointment, it was with less than ideal clients. It was all over the place. You didn't have a process. You didn't have the 15-minute discovery call. You didn't have the video sales letter in place, or maybe you did, but you didn't even have the enough appointments to actually get leads to watch it, and then the closing process, right? So the whole process. Can you tell us more about how now it feels to get ideal client appointments on your calendar without lifting much of a finger, and more importantly, closing your first 3 deals completely virtual, end to end, right? It kind of unlocks the possibilities here, right? When you get your first 3 deals back to back, doesn't it kind of shift your mindset? Can you tell us more about how that felt?
It's an amazing feeling, because I used to, as many entrepreneurs do, we wake up, we open LinkedIn, we open our emails, and we're like, okay, great, I've got 2 emails, got to pound it out. And then you're like, okay, where's the next email coming from? I gotta do all this outreach, I gotta do all this prospecting, I gotta cold call people, I gotta do all this random stuff.
You're all over the place. You don't even not focus, right?
Exactly. And now I come to my computer every morning, I open it up, and I kid you not, I have 50 plus messages on LinkedIn. I have probably 5, 6, 7 emails that people are reaching out to me to try and schedule appointments. Now, instead of going to them, they're coming to me. And that's the freedom, because now I can focus on doing what I love, which is talking to these qualified leads that are interested in what I do because they've heard my value statement. They saw some sort of value there. They're interested. They want to learn more. Great. Let me give you a call and explain it to you instead of calling just a random person, Joe Schmo on the street saying, hey, my name's Steven. I don't care. Click. Now, when I say, hey, I'm Steven. Hey, I've been trying to get a hold of you. That's encouraging. That's
Different ball
uplifting. That
game.
makes you want to make that next call.
Yeah. Steven, I'm super happy to be on this call with you because your story is super inspiring. I'm sure a lot of people will see value in what you do, and I excited for your prospects because you can see that from what you're doing, people need help transitioning military and veterans, and there is a need for it in the market, and it doesn't seem like a lot of people know about this. So I'm super excited for you to be part of our community, so we can see you grow. And hey, so eventually you'll have your own case studies, and I'm excited to see those as well. On that note as well, Stephen, is what I would the last question is, what would you say to someone, either a financial planner or an insurance agent, who would be on the edge of doing the SLS framework, who doesn't have a niche, who's scratching their head trying to figure out how to get ideal client appointments on their calendars, and they're kind of on the edge of joining the SLS framework?
Absolutely. Two things. One, don't be afraid to niche down. That's where money is. That's where people can find connection. In a world where there's 1,000 financial advisors reaching out to people, what makes you special? Well, I work with these people specifically. It may sound like you're limiting your target, which you are in a sense, but that is your target. That's your market. You're the market authority on that. And those are your people, instead of, oh, I help people. I know it sounds weird, but it makes sense when you actually show the results and you see the results for yourself. The more you can niche down, the better chances of success you actually have in this digital world.
You're the proof in the pudding. I mean, $36,000 in commissions in 3 weeks after niching down. So you don't need to do much talking. Just say, guys, niche down, make money.
It very is true. I mean, look at doctors, right? Surgeons, a doctor, they make good money. But then if you're a surgeon, you make more money. If you're a neurosurgeon, you make more money. If you're a neurosurgeon that only works with these types of patients,
if you're a neurosurgeon who only works with spinal cord injuries,
you make a ton of money. And the same thing applies to financial advisors, planners, insurance agents, and so on. So that would be the first thing I say. The second and final thing is the SLS framework is not like these other programs that are out there reaching out to people saying, I can guarantee you 10 appointments. It's a comprehensive program. It does everything from start to finish. And that's the thing that made me buy it. That's the thing that pushed me over the edge, was to see, okay, not only am I going to get coaching, not only am I going to get 2 Q&A sessions, hour-long sessions every single week, not only do I get a dedicated support success manager, not only do I get the modules, lifetime access, I get the scripts, I get everything involved. Oh, and by the way, if I have trouble setting up the software and the apps in the background, I just give them a call. That's priceless. And that's what makes the SLS framework so different, because it's not just an appointment setter. You can find those anywhere. It's not just a script. It's not just a sales process. You can find that anywhere. But when you combine everything together, the proof is in the pudding. just do it.
sure love pudding, my friend. Stephen, thank you so much. I couldn't have put it better. To your success, I'm looking forward to a lot more, military transitioning, military and veterans getting help from you, and a lot more wins coming from you as well. So, Stephen, thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely. Thank you.